Okay, so they are also okay. That new group is for the active people. So whoever is joining at regular basis, so for that new group is there. But in old group also you will be saving a recording. Okay, cool. Okay then. So let's get started with the session. Okay. Cool then. So before continuing with the software testing, okay, I just want to check with you guys. Okay, let's say that, okay, I want to develop one application. Okay, so just say that, okay, let's say that we want to develop some application. Let's say that my requirement is saying I want to develop one e-commerce application. Okay, everyone, just try to understand my requirement. Okay, my requirement is saying we want to have one of the e-commerce applications, so customer users, okay, so they can use the application, okay, and they can order any kind of e-commerce product, okay, or they can order any kind of products through the e-commerce application. Okay, so now to develop this e-commerce application, can you guys tell me like what all things is required, what all things actually we have to develop? Can someone tell me what are different kind of parameter, or we can say that technologies we are going to use, or what kind of exact development and all we are going to do to develop this e-commerce application? Can someone tell me? Anyone? Just give it a try. Anyone?
Sir, do you mean what are all the features needed like that?
Not a feature, not exactly feature. Okay, let's say that this is an Amazon application. Okay, now I want to develop a similar kind of application. So what all things we are going to develop, or what all thing is required to develop the similar kind of website or similar kind of application? What kind of exact development and all we will do to develop the e-commerce application?
Front end, back end,
Okay,
database.
okay, front end. Front end means what? Through where we can
Like
interact with the application. Correct, guys? Means as a customer, as an end user, okay, we can access the application. We can with using the front end only. Yes or no? Front end is all about look and feel of the application. So that is required. Along with that, front end and then
backend.
Front end, back end, and database.
okay, back end.
Database.
Okay, so core logic and all we are going to develop. Okay, we are going to develop the database. What else?
The user-friendly design.
Okay, so that will be there. Okay, so while developing this front and back end, okay, we will focus on the user friendly and all. Okay,
Maintenance.
so maintenance is there. Okay, so front end is required, back end is required. Okay, also we need to have the about servers. Yes or no? Is
Yes.
it required or not?
Yeah,
Servers.
servers.
Okay, networking. It means what? Your application should be able to connect with the internet, so that the networking procedures will be there. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, some of hardware will be required, hardware, software to integrate this application. Are you guys getting my point, everyone? Hardware means what?
Yes, sir.
That is the operating system. Okay, so what exactly operating systems is doing? Can someone tell me? What is the operating system? Can someone tell me? Simple question.
in interface between the user and the computer software and the hardware.
Okay, yes. Okay, so in the operating system, what else we are having, guys? We are having about hardware, yes or no? Okay, so with CPU and memories and all we are saying, right? So that is nothing but hardwares that we are going to use it as a part of operating system. Yes or no? Okay. Now, with using this operating system or with using this hardware, okay, we want to launch some of the application. Okay. Or do you think that directly operating system will be able to launch your application? No, right? Okay, we need to have definitely we need to have the some hardware. Okay, so with that we can launch the applications. Are you guys getting my point? So what exactly operating system is doing? With the help of the hardware, okay, or the configuration, okay, we can launch the application, okay, in this operating system through the browser, through the different browsers, okay. So if you want to communicate your application, that definitely that you need to have the proper operating system where proper hardware should be there. Okay, so likewise, okay, this all the configuration is also required, okay, for our application. So that's how we can easily about to launch our application. Okay, we can access the application. So if you can see that, okay, to develop this just e-commerce application, this many parameter is required. Yes or no? We have to have it or not? Are you guys understand my point, everyone? to make any of the simple application, okay, let's say that you want to develop your own website, what you can do, you will be developing the front end, okay, you will be developing the logic, okay, then you will be updating the content, that is talking about data, okay, then you will be checking your servers, and also you can make it live your application. Correct, guys? This networking and all is like other procedure, okay, where Linux administrator, okay, or the server guys will be doing the setups and all, okay. But to run any of the application, definitely this all the parameter is required. Correct, guys? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
let's say that, okay, we are developing this all the application, okay. So now once we will develop it, let's say that front end is developed, okay, we know that, okay, we are having the look and feel, okay. So as a QA point of view, what we have to do, we have to perform a testing of the front end. Why it's required? Because we have to check it, okay, whether this front end is exactly implemented according to our requirement or not. Whatever requirements we will get it from the client or anywhere, right? So this exact requirement is implemented or not, that we have to check it. So that is part of our testing activities. Correct. Let's say that I want to check the logic. Logic is saying that, let's say that I want to search something. So if I'll put a mobile, what will happen if I'll if I click on the search button? What will happen? It will list out all the mobile devices. Why it's a listing out? Because quickly we are checking this information into this Amazon database. Okay, if that information is available into Amazon database, then definitely we can reflect it here. Correct, guys? Yes or no? Means with using the front end,
Yes, sir.
okay, we can access our database also. Okay, our application database. This is our front end part, okay, where we can interact with the application. So as a QA point of view, we will test the front end. Along with that, we can check the back end. Back end is all about the logic. Logic is saying that, okay, I'm searching something, so accordingly whether I'm getting a result or not. Okay, so that is the logic behind this particular search functionality. So here we are coming as a part of backend technology. Backend is all about the logic. Okay, whatever features we are having, so for that each and every features we will have the logic. Correct. Let's say that I want to sign in. Sign is one of the logic. Logic is saying that if you are already having your account, then you can log in. If you don't have an account, then you have to create your fresh account. Correct. So that is one of the logic. Correct, guys. Let's say that select your address. Okay, if I click on it, okay, and I will I can see this pop up. Okay, now as soon as I will provide my zip location, what will happen? If you will just navigate it, okay, and it will display the according to the selection, okay, it will display the respective location. Okay, along with that, you can see that some of the data is filtered also. So that is also one of the logic. Are you guys understanding my point, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is kind of back-end stuff, okay, where we can check the logic of the application, whether each and every logic is working properly. Or logic is saying that according to selected zip code, okay, it should select the respective city, and it should display the related product only. Okay, let's say that some of the product which is not able to serviceable for other locality, so definitely that product will be not able to list in this particular page. Okay, let's say that my logic is saying if I select a brand as a Samsung, what will happen? It will just display the Samsung products. Yes or no? If it's displaying some other brand, then there is a issue. Yes or no, guys? Because my logic is saying that I have to select only one brand. Okay,
Yes, sir.
that brand information I want to have it. So this all nothing but back end logic. Okay. So being a QA perspective, this also we have to check it out whether the logic is working fine or not. All of you are able to understand this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is what our backend. Now coming into the database. Okay, database is all about data information, or can say that whatever content we are displaying. So that is part of our database. Okay. So let's say that here we are displaying product information. Let's say that I will say the Samsung. Okay. Now when I will open this particular product, okay, then I can see some of the content, some of the information. I can see that what all information. I can see that the product name is displaying it here, okay, with some basic information. Okay, it displaying the rating, like, okay, this many ratings we are having it. We are showcasing the price. Okay, we are showing the discounted price, of actual price and discounted price. Okay, then we are displaying all the product information, brand, model name, OS, okay, cellular technologies, whatever it is. Okay, then about this product, okay, the brief information. Okay, and downside, if you go to some other information, you can see that. So this all data from where it's coming? Definitely it's coming from the database. Are you guys agree with me? Let's say that I want to change the price of this particular product. What I will do, I will go to the backend, okay, and I can update it. So automatically it will reflect here. Getting my point, guys? Let's say that company want to
Yes,
put
sir.
some discount, okay, so they can make a logic, okay, they can put some of the discounted price, okay, so automatically it will reflect here, okay. So whatever content we are displaying into the front end, so that is nothing but what our data, okay, and actually this data will be available into our database also. So being as QA, we also need to test the data, whether the data, whatever data we are displaying, that is the correct data or not. Okay, let's say that this is like a what Samsung product. Okay, by mistake, it's mentioned like what Xiaomi, okay, or Apple. There is a defect, there is a issue because the product information should be accurate and proper. Okay, so whatever information we will keep into the database, the same information will display into our front end also, and this information is coming from our database only. Correct. So as a QA, we have to test the data also. All of you are understanding my point, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just giving basic overview. Don't worry. Okay,
Yes, sir.
this is the first day session. Okay, so what I'm trying to just say, like, okay, we are going to test the front end. That is nothing but look and feel. Okay, whether the look and feel is coming properly, or look and feel is all about. Let's say that this logo is there. Okay, then this is the option we are having. Okay, then this is a search field. Then here we are having some what countries, that language selection. Then this option, this option, this option. Okay, so whether this all is coming or not, so that is part of what our front end testing. Okay, this all, whether this all the images is displaying or not. Okay, so this is all a UI look and feel kind of testing that we can perform the front end. Okay, now if you want to check the each and every feature logic, okay, when I will click on this bestseller, it should navigate to the bestseller page. That is the logic. Okay, so when I will click on any of the option, then it will navigate to the respective pages. So that is nothing but logic of the each and every functionality. Okay, search is one of the functionality. Changing a word to language is another functionality. If I change it, then what will happen? It will change the entire product into the same language, the selected language. So that is another functionality. So in that, whether it's working fine or not, we have to check it out. Correct. So that is what our backend logic that we have to check it. Now after navigating all this application of the features, okay, we have to check the content also. So that is nothing but database testing. Okay, these images, let's say that this wireless devices, okay, or this whatever it is, okay, whatever product information, that every information is coming correctly or not. So that is part of our data. Clear? So as a QA, always we need to focus on all this parameter testing. Okay, we are not going to focus on the server networking or any of the hardware and all. Okay, because this all the things can be taken care by other team members. Okay, but as a part of what actual core development activities, we will be developing it, and also we will be testing the front end, back end, and the database of the application. Is that clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now let's jump it. Okay. Now let's begin with what our actual testing stuff. Okay. Don't worry, it's just we are just starting. Okay. So just try to understand as of now. Cool then. So we are having a software testing. Okay. So now we know that okay, we are going to test the application. Okay, we are going to perform the front end, back end, database, all kind of testing. Okay. So in real time, as a part of IT process, IT companies, IT projects, okay, we are having what types of software testing. The first concept is what types of software testing. Okay, in how many ways, okay, or what are different kind of testing we can perform for the application. So types of testing, the different varieties we are having, okay, which we need to perform as a part of testing activities. So we are having what basically three types of testing, okay, to test the any of the application. One is like white box testing. Okay, second is like black box, and third is gray box. Okay, everyone. Okay, gray box testing. So whenever you want to test any of the application, then we must need to perform these three different kind of testing. Okay, it's a mandatory, we can say that. Okay, so the first testing we are having what white box testing. So remember that, okay, as a part of white box testing, this testing will be always carried by the developers. Okay, so don't get confused. If it's a testing, means what only test engineers will perform the testing. No. Okay, developers will be also involved to perform the testing activities. Remember that. Okay, So as a part of entire software testing processes, developers will be also doing the testing activities. Okay, so the first testing is like white box testing, and this testing will be done by what? Our developers. Clear, everyone? Okay, and to become a white box tester, okay, or to perform the white box testing, we should have a good programming knowledge. So as we are saying that it's going to perform by the developers, so definitely they will be having the good programming language knowledge. Okay, and with having this programming language knowledge, okay, they will be performing about white box testing activities. Okay, now as a developer, okay, being as white box tester, they will be performing the two kind of testing. Okay, just remember that for now. Okay, as a developer, they can perform two kind of testing. That is nothing but what? One is like a unit testing, okay, and second is like integration testing. Okay, everyone, so don't worry, we will discuss about it one by one. Okay, but as of now, just remember that white testing will be done by the developers. Okay, and as a developer, they will be performing what? Unit and integration testing. Okay, so this kind of testing is mandatory for our software developers. So whenever they will implement any of the feature, right, let's say that we will assign some of the tasks, okay, like, okay, we want to develop the search functionality and whatever it is. Okay, so once they will develop the each functionality, then they have to perform the unit and integration testing. Okay, what exactly the unit and integration testing is, we will discuss in the next topic. Okay, but as of now, just remember, developers will be performing what? Unit and integration. Clear, everyone? All of you are getting it?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Any doubt here?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, cool. So that is about first testing. So don't worry about it. We will discuss this in details about the unit and integration part. Okay. Now the second testing is black box testing. Okay. So remember that black box testing will be carried by what? Our manual test engineer. Okay, everyone. Manual test engineer. And what exactly the manual tester means? As a QA, as a test engineer, we are only going to test the product. Okay, as a manual tester, how we can test the product? Okay, we will open the application. Okay, like let's say that I want to test this Amazon application. Okay, as I want to perform the manual testing. So what I can do? I can open this Amazon.in. Okay, now here as a test engineer, okay, I have to only check it all the functionality. And let's say that, okay, here I want to change a language. So I have to only do it. Okay, means human effort is required to test the application. So that is kind of what? Manual testing process. Okay, let's say that I want to test the search functionality. So I will try to enter all kind of what a product, like all kind of search data. Okay, and I will check it whether it's coming or not. Okay, whether this is giving the correct result or not. Okay, so this will be part of my testing activities. Okay, so as a manual tester, what I can do, I can open the application and I can check the each and every functionalities. Okay, and being as manual tester, programming language knowledge is not required. Getting my point? Means we are not dealing with any programming stuff. Okay, why? Because we will just get this application, this kind of application. Okay, and we are just going to check the each and every features. Okay, but we don't care about, okay, what kind of technology we have used, what kind of programming we have done it to develop this particular application. So this thing we don't care. Okay, why? Because we are just dealing with the application. Okay, so being as manual tester, we have to just to perform the manual testing. Okay, or we have to test the each and every functionality by our own. So that is like manual approach. Okay, and definitely human effort is required. Why? Because there is a lot of feature is there. Okay, a lot of things we have to test it. So and also we are saying that we want to provide a more quality. Okay, so that's the reason human intervention is required to test the particular application. Correct, guys? Because end of the day, who is going to use this application? Whatever application we will develop, who will use the application?
End user.
End user, or we can say that humans only going to use it, or it's going to use by some robots? No. It's going
No,
to be
only for
right?
humans.
Humans, right? Okay, so being as we know that, okay, humans are going to use it, then definitely how exactly humans are going to access this application. Okay, so that kind of mentality we have to adopt it to test the application, because sometimes we are let's say that sometimes we are doing a mistake means, let's say that I want to sign in. So what I can do, I can enter my correct number, okay, but incorrect password. So in that case, application will remind me like, okay, you have entered the incorrect password. Correct, guys? So during our testing time, we have to test such kind of functionalities. We have to check it whether application is giving proper alert while accessing this each and every feature or not. Okay. If it's a positive flows, like if you are using according to, or if you are giving all the positive information, then it should accept it and it will allow us to use the application. But if you are giving some invalid credential, invalid details, then application is reminding us, application is giving some error messages like, hey, this is your incorrect password, hey, this is this kind of data we don't have into the application, correct? So being as manual tester, we have to perform such kind of testing activities. All of you are getting the point, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this black box testing will be done by what? Manual test engineers, where programming language is not required. Okay, what I think is required to become a good manual tester? The first parameter is like, okay, good in the what? Software testing concepts. Okay, means you should know like how the testing function, okay, what are testing concepts we are having in it, how exactly we need to perform the complete testing. So that concepts knowledge is required. If you are having this conceptual knowledge, then easily you can perform any kind of testing. Okay, as of now, what I'm doing, I'm just showcasing to you guys and I'm saying, okay, I will do this section. Okay, but there are a lot of concepts there behind that. Okay, and accordingly we have to perform our testing. So those things we have to learn properly. Okay, so this is like first of thing, you should know the testing concepts. Okay, along with that, second thing is like good in what? Database knowledge. Okay, database all about what? Some of the like databases like SQL. Okay, so how exactly we're storing a data? Okay, if you want to validate a data, okay, like let's say that there will be some place where we are going to store data. Okay, so whether the correct data is recorded or not. Okay, so those all things we are going to validate it or we are going to test it. So for that, database knowledge is also required. Okay, everyone, so don't worry, you are going to learn about it. Okay, so that is a mandatory for the test engineer, I can say that. Okay, if you are having good knowledge on the SQL, then easily you can get a job into the testing profile, because a lot of companies, they will be expecting the good SQL knowledge. Okay, so along with the testing knowledge, we have to learn the, or we have to adopt the SQL, because most of the time we will be dealing with the database also. Okay, so that is the thing is there. Along with that, what? Good in what?
Communication.
API testing, yes, those are like a basic stuff. Communications and all is like about a default parameter for the every software engineers. Okay, no matter you are a developer, tester, or support guys, okay, or some delivery manager, leads, okay, or DevOps engineer, communication should be there for the every person. Okay, guys, because IT is all about, you know, like communicating or exchanging the information. And nowadays we are working like remotely, correct? We are interacting with some onshore people, offshore people. Okay, we are sitting in different locations. Okay, if I want to get some information, or if I want to share some of the information, then definitely I have to communicate it, correct? It should be the bi-directional communication. Yes or no, guys? If I'll just keep
sir.
on speaking, okay, and you will not speak, okay,
Yes, sir.
I will not understand whether you're understanding or not. Okay, so it should be like bi-directional. So it is all about bi-directional communication. Everyone should be communicate with each other. Okay, so we have to learn the API testing also. So what is API testing? Don't worry, we will learn it later point. Okay, but as of now, I'm just highlighting it, like being as manual test engineer, what all things you need to have it. Okay, now along with the API testing, you should have the good in domain knowledge. That is like one of the most important key skill set, okay, or a key aspect we are demanding for the test engineers. Okay, domain knowledge. So can someone tell like what exactly the domain means? Any idea?
Field, sir. Like banking, domain, insurance.
Yes. Domain is
Banking
all
domain,
about,
health domain,
yes,
transportation domain,
correct. Okay.
and yeah,
Yes.
different.
Yes. Okay. So I can say that, okay, usually I'm giving like short intro, like a short what definition kind of. Okay. So domain is nothing but what? Okay. Key business area of every company. Okay. Or every organization or every company. Key area, key business area means what kind of businesses they are running it. Okay. So that is nothing but what domain, we can say that. Okay. If I'll talk about the Flipkart, Amazon, what kind of domain exactly it is? Can someone tell me?
E-commerce.
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 Domain. Okay, so that is nothing but e-commerce domain. Okay, so if you are having this e-commerce domain knowledge, then definitely if you want to get a job, or if you want to switch in some specific company who are providing e-commerce services, then easily they can hire you. Why? Because they will feel like, okay, you are already having this domain knowledge. Correct, guys? See that testing knowledge everyone is having it. Database knowledge everyone will have it. Okay, API and all technical knowledge everyone will have it. But along with the technical knowledge, companies are nowadays looking for the domain knowledge. Okay, assume that you are working for the Flipkart, definitely and easily you can switch into the Amazon. Yes or no? And also that company
sir.
prefer your profile. Why? Because they will feel like, okay, that guy is coming for the similar background, okay, similar kind of domain knowledge they are having it. So definitely they will prefer your profile, okay, compared to the other candidate. Okay, so likewise we have to build our domain knowledge also. So remember that if you want to grow your career, no matter you are into the development field, okay, or the testing or BA or whatever field it is, okay, if you want to grow your career, then you must need to carry the domain knowledge also. Okay, so the e-commerce is like one of the domain. Okay, if I'll talk about SBI, HDFC and all, JP Morgan, not JP Morgan, like Wells Fargo. So likewise we are having multiple what?
Banks.
Banking domain.
Banking domain.
So we can say that banking domain. Okay, how exactly these banking companies are working on it. Okay, how their product was. Okay, so that is kind of a banking domain. Okay, guys, in this banking again we are having multiple subcategories. Okay, so that I'm not going to note it down as of now, but remember that is a key highlighted point. Banking is one of the most or highly demanded domain, we can say that. Okay, where our test engineers are working on it. Okay, now coming into the what, some like rate bus. Okay, then Ola application, make my trip application. Okay,
Transportation.
Transportation.
transportation, that is also one of the domain. Are you guys agree with me?
Yes.
Okay, why we are saying that? Because we know that, okay, how exactly the transportation domain works. Okay, if you are using some of the application, okay, let's say that you are using Ola application, okay, and you are part of the Ola company. So behind that, how exactly that Ola application is functioning. Okay, so that kind of knowledge you will be having, that architecture knowledge, okay, the workflow of the application, so that kind of knowledge you will be having it. Okay, so that is like transportation domain. Okay, so likewise in the IT companies, we are having a multiple domains. I can note it on the healthcare. Okay, we are having what, finance. Okay, we are having what, insurance.
Good.
Sorry, we are having what, food technologies. Okay, and usually we are some time we are calling a fintech, like financing related services. Okay, so that is there. We are having what, CRM. Okay, CRM is like customer resource management. Let's say that, okay, you want to manage your employee data, so definitely some application is required. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
If I want to mention all the complete employees information, okay, their salary details, okay, their joining details, their leaving details, okay, so every details, their leave options and all, okay, so everything I want to monitor. So definitely some of the application is required, like customer resource management. Okay, so means with having this kind of application, we can manage our resources. Okay, so CRM is one of the application. Okay, CRM is one of the domains, sorry. Okay, then what we are having,
Logistics.
logistic, we are having it. Okay, we are having what,
Billing.
billing. Okay, like order management. Okay, where we can do the end-to-end order related info.
Education.
Yeah, at stake we are having it. Okay, then we are having a rich
Warehouse management.
sorry,
Warehouse management.
warehouse management. Okay, so warehouse mostly
We
we
come
can
to
use as a
logistics.
logistics. Yes. Okay. We are
Gaming.
Gaming.
yes. Okay.
Healthcare.
Procurement. Yeah, healthcare is mentioned. Okay, gaming. So likewise, multiple domains we are having. I'm just highlighting few stuff. Okay, but when you will go with some of the companies or some of the application, then easily you can understand what kind of application or what kind of services they are running it. I hope you guys have installed a lot of application into your mobile. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Definitely.
And I hope all the applications are having different kind of businesses. Okay,
Social media now.
social media. Okay, let's say that Facebook, WhatsApp. Okay, Facebook is all about Facebook, LinkedIn. It's kind of all social media related. Correct, that is also one of the domain. Okay, WhatsApp and all. Okay, that chat messenger. Okay, messenger related application. Correct, guys. Okay, so likewise we are having what, various domains into our IT industry. Okay, where every companies are working on different domains, different services they are providing it. Okay, So it's not like, okay, we should have all the domain knowledge, but if you are having some of the any of the specific domain knowledge, then it's okay for us to survive into the IT industry. Let's say that you are having just e-commerce knowledge, that is okay. You can survive into our IT industry. If you are having some 2 to 3 domain knowledge, it's okay. Okay, but remember that, okay, try to build your domain knowledge, okay, as soon as you will enter into this IT industry, okay, or to get a job. Definitely I will be delivering some of the domain knowledge to you guys, okay, as an project perspective. I will give it, okay, like a retail project, okay, some what healthcare, okay, this kind of project we can discuss at later point, okay, but to grow your career, definitely build your domain knowledge. All of you are getting my point? Domain is all about
Yes, sir.
how that application is working, okay, how, what is the logic behind that particular application that you have to identify as a part of domain. Okay, it's not about using the application, it's all about what is the logic behind they are having that behind that particular application. Getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that's how we need to build our domain knowledge along with our testing knowledge. Okay, so remember that. Okay, many people, they do the same mistake. What is the mistake? Okay, they are learning all the testing concepts and all. Okay, then later point they are saying, okay, how I will get a job? Okay, companies is not calling me. Why? Because they are not focusing on domain knowledge. They are not highlighting, okay, like what kind of domain is specific or key specific knowledge they are having it. Okay, they're part of domain. Okay, so we need to highlight this point also as a part of our resume, as a part of our interview process.
Sir, but as a fresher, how should we get domain knowledge, sir?
I will be providing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so thing is like, okay, the domain knowledge you can get it by your own. Okay? By your own means what? When you will start working for some company, you will get it or learn from someone else. Correct? If I deliver my knowledge to you guys, okay, my expertise, definitely you can also learn it. Yes or no?
Obviously, sir.
If I'll explain this, okay, like this application work this in this way, definitely you can also understand at least some 40-50% also you can understand. So that is sufficient.
Okay, sir.
Okay, clear everyone? All of you are getting it? Yes, no?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes, sir.
So being as black box tester who will perform the black box testing, it's done by our manual test engineer. Okay, and being as manual test engineer, being as test engineer, okay, we need to have the very good conceptual knowledge. Okay, your concept should be very strong. Why? Because you are going to provide the quality. Okay, remember that, okay, with performing the manual testing, almost 80% quality we are going to achieve from the product. Okay, 80% quality means out of 100%, okay, the quality if you want to maintain into your application, then with performing the manual testing alone we will achieve the 80% quality. Okay, we are also having the automations and all, okay, but that is to just maintain the quality we are using the automation. Okay, but if you want to provide a more quality, okay, or build the more quality of your application, then definitely manual testing is required. Without the manual testing, we can't proceed further. Okay, guys, I hope you guys are keep on hearing, okay, like, man, there is no manual testing job, okay, or manual testing will go up after some time. There is nothing like that. Okay, without manual testing, we can't do anything. Okay, I can tell about the specific to this banking domain. Okay, here almost 90% you will be identifying the word manual test engineers only. Okay, but these manual test engineers are having some banking domain knowledge. They know like how the application functions. They know the logic behind all the banking processes. Okay, so likewise in every domain, okay, or in every different services, okay, manual tester is mandatory. Okay, so as soon as we will develop a product, then definitely it will go with the manual testing first. After manual only, it will go for the next automations and all. Clear, everyone? All of you are getting it?
Sir, it is default process or?
It's a default process. Yes, it's a default process. Directly we can't jump for the automation. Okay, I know, like,
Okay, sir. Clear.
people, okay, who are not working in testing, but they will simply say you like, okay, there is no manual testing. Okay, what developers are there? They will be only doing testing, but everything is not possible by the developers. Okay, they can perform up to some level of testing, but the complete testing, okay, if you want to give the actual quality of the product, then definitely manual testers are required. Getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
is
sir.
you will get it when you will jump into the IT side. Okay, the reality you will see it, okay, when you will start your career. Okay, that I can share, or just connect with some of the person who can tell the real things. Okay, if they are working in the testing profile, okay, they will tell the actual thing. Okay, I know like some of people, okay, they are working in the automation testing, they will say that, okay, there is no manual and all. Okay, but nothing is like that. Manual is a mandatory. Okay, cool. So that's how we are having what black box testing process. Okay, where we need to have all this skill set. Okay, guys. Now coming into the point, like why we are calling it a black box. Okay, that is the main question. Okay, so black box is nothing but what? Okay, this came with this concept. Okay, let's say that, okay, one box is there. Okay, let's say that I'm having one black box. So can I see the inner part, like inside this black box, whatever I will keep it? Can I see can I see that from the
No.
outside?
No.
I can see only the outer part. Yes or no, guys? Are you guys agree with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so similar here, black box testing is means what I can see only this application. Okay, means what I'm saying that I can see the only outer part. This is my outer part. Okay, where I can interact with the application. Okay, inside that, whatever logic is there, whatever program is there, that I'm not going to take care of it. Okay, means we are not going to check the programs and all. Okay, means beside that, whatever thing is running, we don't care about it. Okay, we will just take the outer part and we will check whether everything is working or not. Okay, so similar here, okay, as a part of black box testing, what we are doing, this is the box. Okay, so in this box, what we can do, we can only see the outer part. In outer part, whatever thing is there, only we can say it. So in that outer part, what we can do, we can give some input. Okay, let's say that you want to test this amazon.com. Okay, amazon.in. If you want to test this sign in, what you will do? Can someone tell me? Let's say that I want to test this sign in feature. What I can do?
Inspect.
No, I want to check it, okay, with this sign functionality, whether the sign in is working or not. And also, if I want to check it, what I can do, can someone tell me?
Sign in.
Okay, I will
Enter
click
email ID and password.
I will click on the sign in. I will click like enter my email ID, okay, or a mobile number. Okay, I will continue. I will provide my password. Okay, if I provide all the details, then I will be able to log in. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
That only I'm going to do, right? If I want to check this, whether the login
Yes,
is
sir.
working fine or
We have
not.
to check wrong details also.
Yes, we can check all the combination, correct? Okay, if I'll give the invalid detail, then whether this error message is popping out or not. So we can see in this application only, yes or no? Correct?
Yes, sir.
So similar here, as a part of this box, okay, this application, what we are doing, we are just providing first the input. Okay, I will give some of the input to this application. Okay, and in this application, okay, it will check my input, like whatever input I will provide. Okay, accordingly, I will expect some output. Yes or no? Let's say that I want to log in. Okay, I want to log in. Okay, and if I will give my valid username and valid password, what will happen? If I'll give the valid username, okay, and valid password, what will happen?
It will take you to the next page.
Login. It will log in the home page.
Okay, I'm just giving valid username, valid password. Okay, so that is my input. Okay, I'm providing input to this application, like, okay, my username and valid password. Okay, now as soon as I will click on the login button here, okay, then definitely I will be getting some of the output. Okay, now this output I have to check it. Okay, if this output is throwing me, it's navigating me to the home page, then I can say that that feature is working fine. Correct, guys? If
Yes,
my
sir.
output is navigating to the home page, I can say that that feature is working fine. Why? Because I have entered the correct username and correct password. So I'm getting a correct output, means whatever client requirement we have, accordingly I'm getting it. Okay. But let's say that you have entered the correct username and correct password. Okay. And it's throwing some error messages. Then is the correct behavior? Is it a correct behavior?
No.
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 sir.
Definitely no. So what it is? It's a issue.
Bug.
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 Defect.
Yes.
Correct. So we can say that, okay, we have given the input, okay, but in the output we are getting some message. Okay, I have given the correct username, correct password, but after giving it, okay, I'm getting an error message. It's saying that invalid credential. Means there is a issue, there is a problem into this particular feature. Correct. So definitely, as a QA, as a test engineer, we can inform to the developers. We can say that, hey, I have tried to test this particular functionality. I have given the correct details, but it's throwing me the error messages. So can you guys look around to it? So again, developers will look around this particular feature. They will correct it, and we will recheck it. Correct, guys? All of you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So being as QA perspective, being as black box tester or the manual test engineer, what we are doing, we are giving a input, okay, and according to this input, we are observing the output, whether we are getting a correct output or not. Okay, whether this output is matching with the requirement or not. If it's matching with the requirement, then we can say that that feature is working fine. If the output is not matching with the requirement, then there is a issue, that is a defect, that is a bug. All of you are getting my point? Agree,
Yes,
guys?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, got it.
So let me show you guys
Yes, sir.
some example. Okay, let's say that. Okay. So let's say this is a product. Okay, now I'm a manual tester. Okay, now my developer is saying that okay, here we are having this feature like add to cart feature. Like we can see the all the like once we will add the product, then the product information will display into this cart. Okay. Now developer is saying that okay, we have developed the card functionality. Okay, means add to cart functionality. This is like add to cart functionality. Like for each of the product, okay, we can see this add to cart feature. Okay, now developer is saying that we have developed it. Now as a QA, as a manual tester, you need to perform your testing. So what you will do, you will open this website. Okay, now you will go to this particular product. Okay, now you will click on this add to cart. Means you will be checking it like when you will click on it, then this product is getting into this cart or not. That is a feature, right? I think you guys are using a lot of application. You guys are also doing the same thing, correct, guys?
Yes, sir.
And you will click on add to cart, and automatically it should reflect into the cart. Okay, so now that is a functionality. Now I will try to check it. Okay, let's say that I'm performing a testing. So what I will do, I'm here. Okay, I want to select this MacBook, so I will click on this add to cart. Okay, now it's saying that success, you have added a MacBook to your shopping cart. Okay, this gives me successful message. So after getting this message, definitely I have to check into the cart also. Can you guys see that whether it's added or not? Is it added?
No.
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 It should reflect a one item is added, correct? Because I have just now I have added a product. Okay, now it should reflect here also. Okay, but if it's not reflecting, means there is a problem, there is a defect into this particular functionality. All of you are getting it, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, that's how actually being a manual tester, we have to test the each and every functionality. Okay, here we are having add to base. I will click on it, I will check it whether it's reflecting it here or not. Okay, let's say that I want to search something, I will search it mobile. I want to see this. Here we are having what okay, let's say the desktop. Okay, I'm just typing desktop. Okay, here we are having some of the desktop. So what exactly it should display? It should display all the desktop information. So I'm just clicking on the search. What happened? What it's showing?
Error message.
Error message.
It's showing some messages.
Error
This is the
message.
problem, yes or no? This is a defect, this is the issue or not?
Yes.
Yes,
It's a issue.
sir.
I'm searching something, but it's navigating me into this page, means there is a problem. If customer will get this kind of problem, is definitely it will create a lot of problem to the what it will impact our business, correct, guys? If you will not able to get a correct result, then it will impact your businesses. Okay, so during the testing time, we have to check it whether each and every functionality is working properly or not. Okay, so that's how actually we can perform the manual testing. All of you are getting it, guys? Let's say that my account, I want to create new account. What I can do, I will go here, I will click on register. Okay, I will fill all the proper information. Okay, and I will click on continue, and I can create my account. If account is getting created, it's working fine. If some problem is there, okay, if you are not able to create it, there is a defect, there is a issue. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So that's how actually we can perform what manual testing activities, where we are not going to check the programming part. We will just check in the implemented features. Whatever features we have developed, that only we are going to test it as a part of manual testing. Any doubt, any confusion here? So don't worry, manual testing is long process. Okay, we are just beginning it. Okay, to perform this testing, a lot of activities required. We will learn it slowly. Okay, but as of now, are you guys understanding how we can perform the manual testing activity?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so remember this. Okay, but remember that one more thing. Okay, let's say that you are a manual test engineer. Okay, and along with that you are having automation skill set. Okay, or we can say that you are having good programming language. Right? Then it's a really good. Okay, if you are having the programming knowledge, but that programming knowledge is not required to perform the manual testing. Okay, guys. I know that many people, okay, who are having good manual testing skill set along with the programming language. So that is an additional skill set for you guys. So later point, if you want to become an automation test engineer, easily you can switch into the automation also. Okay. So that's how we are having what? Black box testing. Okay. Now, being as black box tester, complete testing we will be doing for the product, end-to-end testing, every feature testing we can perform as a part of manual testing activities. Okay. Now coming into the last testing, that is a gray box testing. So gray box testing is all about, it's a combination of the white box and gray box. Okay, everyone. Gray box is nothing but what? It's a combination of the white box and black box. Sorry. Okay. Gray box is combination of the white box and black box. It means what? If you want to become a gray box tester, it means what? You should have the good programming language knowledge. Along with it, you should have the good testing knowledge. So basically that test engineers actually we are calling as an automation test engineer. Getting my point? Okay. It means what? If you want to become an automation test engineer, definitely you should have the programming language knowledge. Okay. Why? Because you need to write a program. Okay. You have to what? Automate the application. So for that, programming language knowledge is required. Along with that, you are going to test the application. So testing knowledge is also required. Okay. So usually the gray box testers are nothing but what? Our automation test engineer. Okay. Who will be doing the automation? Okay. Miss, with using the tool, okay, they will be testing the product. Okay. Let's say that as a part of manual testing, I'm clicking on it. Okay. And I'm creating my account. Okay. But as a part of automation testing, with using your program, okay, you can open this application. Okay. You can click on this registration button. Okay. You can enter all the data. Okay. And you can click on continue and all. Okay. So that's how we can do the automation testing. Getting my point, everyone? So automation test engineers are nothing but our gray box test engineers. Okay. Now to maintain the quality of the application, definitely automation test engineers are required. Why? Because our automation test engineers, they will be majorly focusing on the repetitive testing. Okay. Repetitive testing, it means what? They will be keep on testing the application. Definitely first we will perform the manual testing. Okay. But once the manual testing will get so over, okay, then same feature is going to again recheck by our automation test engineer. Means at frequent basis, they will be keep on doing the testing of the implemented features. Okay. Let's say that some of the functionalities already developed, already tested. Okay. Now we want to check it whether those features are still working fine or not. Okay. So for that, we can have the over automation testing guys, so they can perform the repetitive testing. All of you getting my point, everyone?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So to monitor the quality, okay, to maintain the quality, definitely our automation test engines are required. Okay. So in future classes, I will tell you guys, okay, there is like one important concepts we are having. Okay. So there majorly we are using our automation test engine. Okay. So we will discuss about into the future classes. Okay. So any doubt here, anyone? Okay. So that is what, yeah. Someone is asking something. Okay, cool. Okay. So remember that whenever we are thinking to test any of the applications, then we must need to perform the white box testing. And as a part of white box testing, we will be doing the unit and integration. Okay. Now moving on, we are having yeah, just a minute, Anshu. Okay, let me finish it, then you can ask. Okay, don't interrupt me. Okay, when I'm speaking. Okay, yeah. So what I'm saying, like, okay, whenever we are thinking to test any of the functionality or any of the application, then we must need to perform the white box testing, where we will be performing the unit and integration. We will be doing the complete manual testing of the developed application. Okay, then also we can focus on the automation testing. Okay, to maintain the quality of the application, the automation testing is also required. Okay, so that's how all the testing, like all kind of testing we need to perform for any of the product or any of the application. Okay, guys. So this is like a 3 important software testing types we are having to test any of the products. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So Anshu, now I think you are asking something.
Yes, sir. Also, repetitive testings for what you have used. So once again, can you brief?
Repetitive is what? Again and again we want to test it. It means what? Repetitive. Okay. Now to perform this repetitive testing, there is one concept we are having. Okay, so that we are going to learn in coming classes. Okay. One testing concepts we are having it. Okay, where majorly we are going to use this automation testing. Okay, or automation test engineer. So that concepts we are going to learn in the future session. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry, the white box testing will be done by the developer.
Yes.
Do the developer also write the test script, test scripts, test
Yeah.
scenarios?
Yes. Yes. They will.
Okay.
Okay, we will discuss in the next session, okay, about this unit integrations and all, okay. Okay, the next topic is all about this unit integrations and all, okay. Cool. So let me give one basic scenario, okay, basic example, okay. Let's say that, okay, we want to develop the e-commerce, again, same example, okay. E-commerce product, we want to develop it, okay. Now, to develop this, definitely we will spend some of the functionalities. Let's say that, okay, first phase, okay, in phase one, okay, we will develop the search feature, okay, add to cart, okay, and some customer information, okay. Now in the phase one, okay, we are going to develop this three functionality, okay. So for this three functionality, we will do the proper development, we will do the proper manual testing activities, correct guys? Are you guys agree with me? Once we will develop, then we will perform the proper testing of this all the three functionalities, yes or no? We will do it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's say that all this feature is implemented, okay, and it's available into our website, okay. All the features is developed and available into the website. Now we are having new requirement, okay. Now we are saying that, okay, we are going to develop the new functionality in the phase two, okay. Here we are saying that some payment, okay, and order confirmation page, okay. Now this is like our new requirement that we are going to develop in the phase two, okay. Now during this phase two time, okay, we are going to develop this two functionalities. So can you guys tell me, like, okay, during that time, do we need to test this search, add to cart, customer information again? Is it required? Because we have already developed and tested properly in the phase one. Is it required again in the phase two time? What do you guys are feeling? I'm into the phase two, okay, means second phase we are having where we are developing this two new feature, okay. So during this two new feature testing, do we need to test this all these implemented features? Is it required?
Yes.
Again?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We do regression testing.
Yes, okay, I think you guys have already learned the concepts, okay, but what about others who are joining in the first time this testing batches and all? So what you guys are feeling, okay, during that time, do I need to test this phase one functionality again? Others, are you guys understanding my question? We're into the like second cycle, okay, where we are developing this two new feature, okay. So during this time, do we need to test this phase one feature again? As
Yes, we have to.
Yes, sir.
It's required, right? Okay, why it's required? Because, okay, it may impact this all the new functionality we are having. So this new functionality, where it will go? It will go into the same website. Yes or no? Okay, means what? Okay,
Yes,
once we will
sir.
add this two new feature, then definitely it may impact some of the functionalities. It may impact some of the old functionalities. Okay, it may create some problem into the old features. So definitely we have to test it. But do you think that, like, as a manual test engineer, you can perform all these three feature testing? Because you are occupied with this three feature testing, like sorry, this two feature testing. Means in this phase two, you are occupied with this two features. You don't have any of the extra time where you need to test this three features again. So is it possible by the manual test engineer?
No.
No, sir.
Yes or no? What you guys are feeling?
No, sir.
No.
Definitely no. Why? Because we are already having a lot of work with that we have to perform into the phase two, okay, and on the top of it we have to test the phase one feature, okay. So that is kind of repetitive testing for the QA guys, yes or no, for the manual test engineers?
Yes.
We have already tested it. If you will test it again, then it will be repetitive for you, okay. So here we can include what our automation test engineers, okay. So in this phase two time, we can add our automation guys, okay, and this automation guys can basically perform the automation testing of this previously added functionality. Means they can perform the repetitive testing of this old features. Getting my point, guys? Yes, they can write some
Yes, sir.
script, okay, they can write
Yes,
some
sir.
program, okay, and they can test all these three features, okay, and quickly with having the program we can perform the testing, okay, without human effort, okay. If human effort is required, then it will take a lot of time, okay. So that's how automation we are having as a part of our testing activities to perform the repetitive testing of the already developed feature. See this feature is already developed, already tested, means it's already stable, okay. But to maintain the stability of this particular feature, we have to focus on the automation testing also. Okay. Any doubt?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So that's all for the now. Anyone having any doubts for the today's session?
Sir, I want to know about API testing.
Which one? This one, API.
API testing, sir.
Don't worry, we will discuss about it. Okay. So as of
Yes,
now,
sir.
we are not discussing about it. Okay. Majorly, first we will focus on the first part. Okay, the testing concept. Okay. So this will alone, it will take a lot of time. Okay. So once you learn this entire testing concept, the later point we can jump for the API and all. Okay.
Sir, do you have any course plan, like schedule?
Schedule plan. Okay, so this will be keep on going. Okay, that first part. Okay, that which I'm taking. Okay, and if you guys are okay to attend the morning 8:30, are you guys are having any classes morning?
No, sir.
As
Sir,
of now, no, sir.
classes.
So actually we are going to start the SQL also. Okay, tomorrow. Okay,
Okay.
so I will update you guys morning 8:30 SQL session will be there.
So where you will update, sir? In the 1920 batch?
Yes.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes.
Sir, actually, sir, 8:30 is not so good for me because I have informed you personally also. I have called you for that.
So no problem. Okay, so you guys, if you are not available, okay, then you can skip it. Okay, and in future, any new batches will be there, you can join. But whoever is available, they can join. Okay, because I can't hold others, right? Okay, so if you are not available right now, you can join to the new batches.
From tomorrow it will be first class, sir.
Yes, tomorrow will be the tomorrow is like first session for the SQL.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay,
Sir, is this the new batch or not?
it's a new batch.
Um,
So you are going to take that one?
Not me. Okay, someone else. Okay, so don't worry, you will get to know.
Sir, is this the first class?
Yes. So any doubts, queries, concern, question?
Sir, that SQL session will be especially for FS19 or FS20
No, it's
batch.
included with many people. Okay, so it's a journey for the developers, testing, everyone. Okay, so that is like for generic batch. Testing is for the you guys specific. Okay, and SQL is for the every people. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, like end of the day, you should learn. Okay, don't think about okay whether who like who all are joining. Okay, focus on your okay whether you are understanding the content or not. Okay. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So that's all about the today's session. Okay, so tomorrow we will discuss about the next topic so don't worry guys. Okay, initial time, okay, I will go very slow. Why? Because you first need to understand the basic concept. Okay, if your base will be strong, then I can use the high like all the testing terms. Okay, and quickly we can learn the future classes. Okay, like we can spend quickly, like we are not going to spend much time for the future concept. Okay, but initial concept for that we have to spend good amount of time. Okay. So once you guys will be familiar with this kind of like testing or whatever testing what I'm going to use, then easily we can focus on the other concepts part. Okay, or quickly we can finish it. But initially I will go little bit slow. Okay, because everyone should able to match up. Okay, or everyone should be able to understand each concept. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So anything else?
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then so that's all for the day. See you guys tomorrow. Same time.
Sir, I have a
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.